authority in 2016 in favor of us. As far as Vizag is concerned, regarding this land governance, section 22 is playing a major role, because the main problem which we are facing is, when we are touching the government land only, we are facing the problems, whether it is an assigned land or the land belonging to the union and state governments, or land belonging to endowments, or any other religious institutions, or land notified under Urban Land Ceiling Act ULC 1972, or the land allotted by the government institution or private establishments for purpose. These are the five categories in 22A. If anyone, either an individual or a private establishment or any politician, if these five categories, if any person is going to touch now, then the dispute is going to be dispute is arised. So first of all, the government should sort it out, what is the government land and what is the private land and what is the original land. The government has to categorize all these categories, and they have to maintain a proper register. And some many person is going to buy any land, the sub register has to check whether it is a government land, or it will fall in the section 22A, or it is purely original land. The sub register has the role to check all these criteria. But what the thing is happening, simply the sub registrar is seeing the previous title dates, and simply he is doing the registration process. And after the registration has been done, suddenly some judge person came in between, and he says that the land belongs to me or the property belongs to me, and there the dispute arises.
If any person want to know what is their land status, or how the process is going on, it used to be so difficult. Like everybody has to approach an office, meet some person and get their details, and that also used to take a huge process. Later, the government of India, along with the support of the other state governments, they have started digitizing land records, like village maps, and adangals and other land.
Over a decade and a half, I have seen that, just studying and seeing over the past decade what's happening with lands in Visakhapatnam. Lands are being allocated, but that accountability is not there. We should bring that strict measure of institutional accountability to be brought there. So finally, what I would like to say is, we need to recognize the diverse perspectives and diverse stakeholders, ensuring their participation in the decision making is the key for.
Because of the knowledge, because of there is ill knowledge of land governance and land properties, along with the land rules and all, there are a lot of people who have invested in wrong sites, and who has invested in the sites where they thought that the site belongs to them, and they invested a lot of money and all. So this has become a lot of problem. Even if you can see, just if you can look at Hyderabad and all, right now there is no place for the rainwater to just drain up. So the drains are filled up, the places are filled up, the roads are filled up, the gutters are filled up, because there is no place for the water to go. So even these type of unnecessary upliftments of buildings and all creates this havoc. So what I want to end up with is that if you want to buy a land, or if you want to know about your lands and all, there is a geotagging process going on with the government side. From past 10 years, there is a the government people are working on geotagging towards the government lands, towards the normal lands and all, where they are asking you to register yours.
So from my perspective, I can give possible solutions. It is very important to engage a properly trained, experienced and educated persons in survey and mapping works. The survey should be done in a proper manner. While doing the survey, the surveyor should see who is in physical position, and also he should see whether there is any court disputes there or not. He has to clarify at the field itself only, and the mapping should be done according to that. Apart from that, a magistrate should be appointed who would be present in the field during the survey and mapping period. So a magistrate should also be involved in the on-field itself, so that in future we may not get the problem. Apart from that, a single parcel basis system of land registration must be established, which needs modification of existing laws and introduction of new legislations. It is also necessary to create an efficient surveying, documentation, recording, and taxation system which would provide transparent land administration of the government for the public redesigning existing register books, indexes, and khatas, and creating a stand-alone land register showing existing land ownership and a new transaction if a new transaction is needed.